There's something that happens in nearly every match that few people notice. It's not about that long rally or even about the score. It's something much more subtle. But once it's happened, changes the whole outcome of the match. Experienced umpires know exactly what I'm talking about because they've witnessed it hundreds of times. It's that subtle moment when one of the players loses the mental arm wrestle. They keep playing, even play some great points, but the fact is that from that moment on, the match had been decided. What's the mental arm wrestle? It's the silent battle of wills that happens on every point and in every match. And once you lose that battle of wills, no matter how well you play afterwards, the match is essentially over. You won't be able to return. Every match begins with both players believing they can win. But as the match unfolds, only one player can win the mental arm wrestle. One player begins to lose belief, and once that doubt seeps in, it's very hard to reverse the momentum. And the player who wins the mental arm wrestle doesn't necessarily have the most talent, but they are the ones who can maintain their resolve right to the end. They remain calm under adversity and keep looking for solutions in the match. Tennis is 90% mental, therefore improving your mind pays big dividends. So how do we win the mental arm wrestle? Here are 3 ways to increase your resolve and outlast your opponent. The first is very simple but very powerful. Don't show weakness, ever. When Naomi Osaka withdrew from Wimbledon in 2021, I publicly stated that that would be the end of her career. At first glance, it seemed like a one-off decision, but it signaled something far more profound to me. It's hard to return once you back down from a challenge, especially in high-level sport. Rafael Nadal made a career out of facing challenges point after point, match after match. To succeed, you've got to show your opponent that you're going to fight for point after point for as long as necessary to win. The second key is to monitor your mentality constantly. Particularly at the start of trying to do this, you'll need to monitor the way your mind is working in every match. Keep an eye on how your mind is processing the match. Let's imagine you've just broken your opponent's serve. What's going through your head just before you start to serve? Or perhaps you missed that half-court forehand put away. Were you too tight, or were you feeling pressure? These moments might seem small, but they're crucial. Whether it's the break of serve or the mid-court forehand, you need to assess your mentality at that time and make adjustments. Maybe all it takes is for you to recognize that stress has crept in and pause and take a breath before the next point. The third key for winning the mental arm wrestle is preparation, preparation, and preparation. You don't just walk on the court and hope for the best. I'll never forget the first match I ever played in Southeast Asia. I'd trained hard and felt confident about my game. But nothing could have prepared me for the heat and humidity of that day. The intensity was like a wall. I was simply not prepared for what my body and later my mind had to go through in that match. The feeling was overwhelming and I felt helpless. There was nothing I could do to turn around that feeling during the match. The experience taught me a hard lesson. If you're unprepared, you're going to lose the mental arm wrestle. The players who have prepared the best can control the heat, fatigue, and pressure. When you prepare for adversity, you can handle it when it turns up in a match. In the end, it's those who prepare the best that win the mental arm wrestle.